This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Hello, welcome to the Latics Football Phone-In with me, Matt D.
And me, Sexy Dave.
This made you chuckle, didn't it, Dave?
Colon. Shouldn't be allowed to play football. Absolutely awful.
Colon.
Yeah.
Our captain, Tom Colon.
Well, his performances are... let's just...
What I will say is that there were comments in before we'd even started tonight, so that might give you an idea about how people are feeling.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Matt?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Frustrated.
Did you block James yesterday?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Why is he being
it's
a
that, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he had a Twitter handle, ha, 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 and just retweeted everything I said, and even some of my personal tweets. So, yeah, bye, James.
Was he being weird?
Yes.
It turns out you were being weird, James, and that's why you got blocked.
No weirdos.
Good evening. Bonsoir.
Yeah.
In France there. Good evening, good evening, guys.
Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mugs are available.
Mugs
on the shop.
Are available from the shop.
Good evening, guys. Just bought it last night. Feel like an early season positivity. Well and truly gone.
It's gone. But it's only... Yeah, well, I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. And if someone says to me again, expected goals per game, I'm going to scream because I just want to win a game.
Well, I mean, all this, people look into a lot of stats now, these expected goals and all this kind of stuff. It's real goals that matter.
AGPG, actual goals per game.
Actual goals per game.
AJPG, hashtag AGPG.
Here you've got an apology from Joe. Sorry, love you guys.
I'm still blocking you.
You're still blocked. You've got a lot of work to do. You've got a lot of gifts to send.
yeah, or buy us a copy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the future. Good day from Thursday.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening, guys. Latics Mind champion Jenny there.
Really?
No. She puts out every week how she struggles, but we all do.
It'd be nice to hear from you, Jenny. Get a female caller.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you probably couldn't cope with my sexiness. So
Brad is sick to death of us already.
What, us? As he knows me and Matt or Oldham?
No, that would have been sick to death of you already, Dave.
I thought it said use.
Use, no. Sick to death of female sheep already. Yeah, so, I mean, yesterday...
What did you think of the game, Matt?
We had the conversation in the second half about it being... Someone said, like, oh, it's as boring as the Southend game. And it was like, I wasn't as bored because I was in, like, different surroundings, you know, like there was a bit of a novelty to it being there. But in terms of, you know, because it's a good away day, isn't it? It's a shame it's on a Tuesday night. It's a good stadium. It's a big stadium. It's a good place for football. Great fans, again, travelling in numbers. I thought we started all right. I thought first, you know, I mean, it looked like we might grow into the 5 game. Minutes. Yeah, 5-10 minutes. Well, and it just kind of just died away, didn't it? And it was another, the midfield. For me, it's all about the midfield.
Danny said it just there.
2 up top needed. Conlon. It's Conlon, not Colon.
Yeah,
and Lundstrom, no better than his favourites, Shelton and Sharon. I think that Lundstrom is played out of position when he's played deep. I think he plays better when he's further forward.
I didn't think he had a bad game, me.
In first half, he wasn't good.
Yeah, but none of them were good. First 5 minutes, going to what you just said, the first 5 minutes, we played all right, got forward. Caprice was outstanding again. I thought he was really good. Put a real impetus down that right hand side. Kitchen did well, but then Halifax sussed us out. The plan A was sort of found out within 5-10 minutes. Halifax were a poor team as well.
But they cut through us so easily, especially in the first half. Like they made chances. They when they wanted to, they were a few passes and they were in. And it was frustrating, wasn't it? Can I just read out? Look, this is the Latics Football Forum. We need you to get in touch. David Unsworth's apparently trying to get through. It was Ian Dowie last week.
Yeah,
but he's got no camera on, so we need to see.
Show us your face, David.
Your face to see what it is, because I'm not falling for that one again. What was I going to say?
You were going to say that we need callers.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, no, we need your opinions. So let me just read out. I took some notes before from Mickey Mellon's interview post-match, because I reckon that a lot of you out there will disagree with these comments. So I
want to know why.
I want to know why. Yeah, we need your comments and contributions on the forum. That's what it's all about.
We don't want comments. We want you to phone.
Yeah, you're all give that. We know you're around.
Graham Gallagher, Flynn Bradley, Chris Stringer, Jenny Tyder, Tom O'Day, Tom Davis,
Rob Walker,
Chris.
Yeah,
James, don't bother ringing in.
Yeah.
Danny Fairbrother,
Jenny. What film's this? Jenny. What film's that from? Jenny. Go to a chopper.
Commando.
Yeah.
We need you to call in. It's pointless. You're just putting comments on a bloody Twitter.
It's a phone in.
Yeah, it's a phone in, not the football commenting.
Yeah. Anyway, so Mickey Mellon said it was a good, solid away performance.
Wrong.
There was more to be pleased about than not.
Incorrect.
That we looked a really strong side. That there was effort, fight, and endeavour. I thought, especially when we went down to 10 men, we played well and we were a better team, and we actually looked better with 10 men than we did with 11. So I'd have to agree with that. He was happy with the performance. We don't lose sight of things. We're on the right track. I'm not commenting. I'm just putting it down. I want people to come back and tell us what they think. We're very difficult to beat. We've only lost one.
Find it difficult to win.
We lost 1 in 8.
Yeah.
And that we've come out of this run of games well.
I would 5 games drawn. You could lose 2, win 3, or even win 2, lose 4. We'd have more points. So what do you want, Latics fans? We can't answer the question. This is why we do it for you. So phone in.
Well, you know what? This let me just say, yeah. We can't. I mean, we can't currently release the Sexy Merch single, but what we can do
is this.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Visit weareoldham.co.uk/shop now to see our brand new range of hot, sexy merch.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
There we go.
Hot, sexy merch.
Right then. We've got the callers in.
Pick a caller.
Any caller.
Pick a caller, Dev.
Chris in France.
Hello.
Hello. Hiya, Dave. Hiya, Matt. You all right? Yeah, I answered your call. I heard you shouting at me. I was trying to keep under the radar for a couple of weeks so I don't call Mellons, because I'm in danger of calling Mickey Mellons at the moment. I'm not happy. I'm not really happy with him at the moment, lads. I think he's I'm sick of this one up front crap. I think we're looking at some real poor football. Some teams that we should have won. The 5 games, all right, they were 5 hard games, but we made them harder by not finishing teams off. I think we could have picked up 6 to 9 points. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is it Mickey Mellon's fault that the team haven't scored really, really good chances? Because I think you're nodding. Do you think it is Mickey Mellon's fault?
Yeah, you're playing one up front at home.
Yeah, but the team is still.
It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. You score more goals with more strikers on the pitch. You put 2 on. I questioned him. He didn't like it, and he's the manager. Fair enough. That's fine, but it's clearly not working. And Captain Hindsight.
Captain Hindsight.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you shit yourself when he said that? You sounded really like you backed off when he started. He like he bit you.
I No, to be fair, I just went. My ass went like a bee's wing. It was. I'm just like, well, yeah, but I knew I was right. You got more chance of scoring with two strikers on the pitch.
I just think I don't understand why we pumped in the ball up to Fondop. Who, to be fair, I mean Fondop, he's missed some sitters, but he's getting into positions like you say. But he's laying the ball off. But who's he laying it off to? Somebody 30 yards behind him. It's just not happening. Dolan. I mean, he's had 2 decent chances and he's hit the bar from 6 yards and he's put one wide from 12 yards last night. And I'm not even going to talk about Otis Khan. I'm not even going to mention him because I'm really umped off with him. That was stupid, whatever he did. I mean, the referee had pride, upset that, but he shouldn't have gone. He shouldn't have do yellows.
He was right. It was right to send him off. He did the glasses sign. It's just in that sort of the game now. It's been they've stamping it out, and he should have been sent off, but he's let the team down.
He has let the team down, but he wasn't.
Why they put him up front with Fondop, I do not know. You put Reed on or put Norwood on just to have a bit of impetus again, but it's calm when he up front. That was done. That was me done. That I think I went home 10 minutes from the end. It was that bad.
Well, I mean, we've been here for weeks that they're going to try and bring him the striker in, but I just think it's a bit. It's all talk at the moment. There's just nothing happening. I mean, I know they did the Stones thing, did the Matt Smith thing, but we need another strike. We need another backup striker to stack up behind Norwood, who looked injured to me on Saturday when he come off. By the way, I thought he was injured, but after the Southend game, he limped off that pitch.
Yeah, he got knocked,
yeah. I mean, he got a knock off the keeper, and but having said that, he's only just coming back from a long injury, so I mean, he's susceptible to or not, but. I just think we need some more backup up front, lads. I think we do, and it's not fair to slag Fondop off. And if we didn't have Monty, if we didn't have Monty last night, we'd have lost. We'd have lost. He was great again. He powers forward. I thought Kitchen put a good shift in. Really he played well last night. Lundstrom was all right. Conlon, I'm still jury's out on him. His first couple of games okay. He's gone iffy. Hudson. When you make a mistake as a keeper, it matters, doesn't it? It counts so much. But I just think we need a bit more up front. And I'm sick of Mellon saying, "Oh, we're not playing for defence. We're not playing for a draw." No, but you're not playing to lose. That's the thing. They're not playing to win. He's playing not to lose, and it's negative in my opinion. But he knows best. He knows what good looks like, and he talks more Scottish when he's under the cosh.
I just think he's focused on the referee to deflect from a bad performance. I personally think again the referee wasn't the best, but to blame it all on the referee that first half, he didn't even mention how bad we were in the first half, and to say that we don't play to draw. No, we don't. But we're not going for it, are we? Do you know what I mean? We're not looking. There's no phases of play. There's no drills. There's no sort of. They don't move forward as a team. It's just one player here, one player there, and everyone's in isolation, and we're just getting walked through, as Matt said, in the midfield.
I think the midfield is the key problem. I really do. I think last night Conlon and Lundstrom in the first half both sat really deep, they're trying to do the same job, getting in each other's way. They didn't need the two of them. Now, he went to a 4 at the back. He sort of changed it around a bit. I mean, why? He's got this 3 at the back, the 5. But Conlon and Lundstrom together as a pairing doesn't work. And I think Lundstrom needs to be further up the pitch. He played further up the pitch second half, a lot more threatening. I'm not sure that we need the 2 strikers up front if we've got a proper front 3 that are playing together as a front 3. The way I'm looking at this, I'm trying not to be. There are people calling for Mellon's head and all that. We've had 8 games, right? Again, this is just rinse and repeat from last season if we're not careful. After 10 games, manager goes. A manager gets 10 games in a new season and then he's out again. We need consistency. We need to be able to say a manager's had a good go at it and he's either failed or he succeeded.
I have to disagree. We just need to win games.
I know we need to win games. I know. But look, I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody. I'm trying to give an objective view in which you can say Hudson made a mistake last night. Hudson was all right, 3 wins in 22, but how far back are you going to go? We have to look at the start of this season, right? The squad that he inherited was terrible. We know that. He's made improvements to it on paper, and I think the performances have been better than last season so far. I think
we've battled back, haven't we, when we've been 1-0 down? So positive, but we can't finish.
But in a couple of games, had things gone slightly differently, we would have had more points and we'd be further up the league and everyone would be happy enough.
But if Mark Hughes hadn't scored that volley in 1993, we wouldn't have been relegated. It's if buts and maybes, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
it is.
Over a season, that in that season we got relegated because we weren't good enough over a season.
Yeah.
Now we've played 8 games. In this division, we've seen that teams go on good runs, then they go on bad runs, right? It happens all the time. We're not on a good run, but we're not losing games. That's the positive way of looking at it, right? Yeah. Mellon said that we are difficult to beat. We are difficult to beat, and we'd be more difficult to beat if we stop giving away stupid chances to the opposition, and we're winning games 1-0, like we could easily have done in the last few games. I'm not going to get on Matt Upson's back. A lot of people are, but I think he's been pretty good. He's been the best keeper we've had for a while. We've had some shockers. So, I just want to stay with the manager and the players and get behind them as much as I can and feel the same frustrations that everybody else feels, unfortunately.
I don't want to give up on Mellons. I think he's got the ability to do it, but I don't know what's pulling his strings at the moment. He just isn't setting us up to win games. We need to bump somebody off really proper, don't we? I mean, like he said, the 5 games are going to be hard. So I think I might have posted on the social media site. So that means this Saturday, Woking, we're going to rip them a new one, are we? I don't think we will. I don't think we'll go to Woking and attack because it's not one of the 5 matches. As for Hudson, like I said, keepers make mistakes, and it's so important when it's a keeper because if they make a mistake, it invariably ends as a goal. So it's more highlighted, isn't it? So it's always unfortunate when a keeper makes a mistake. But what I can't find forgiving for is the 2 goals we conceded against Southend and against Altrincham. They were pretty much they were rinse and repeat, weren't they? They were the same goal.
We seem to concede in set play.
Right, but so why is that Mellon's fault? Why is that not the defender's fault? Why is that not the player's fault?
He's in charge of the team. He sets the team out, surely.
Yeah, but so a team get a free kick.
Yeah.
Hudson sets up his wall. The players set up the wall, and then it's their responsibility to defend it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not a shared responsibility. Of course it is, but it's a shared responsibility. The players, we're talking about some of the players that aren't our captain. He wasn't bossing that game last night. He's not vocal. Doesn't seem to be very vocal. He's not getting on the ball and being the playmaker in the centre of midfield. So he's got to take some responsibility. It's a collective responsibility. It's not. But what tends to happen is the manager and it's not just Oldham. It's not just our fan base. It's across football. Obviously, the manager is the first person to get the stick. Now, what happens if we don't pick up wins up? We get up to 10 games. Is everyone going to start calling for the manager's head again? And then we're back round in this merry-go-round.
He's had 42 games, hasn't he, now?
But that's what but he's only had one summer to recruit.
Yeah. He had January. It's always hard, isn't it?
He took on a team that were pretty crap. That were put together, all bits and pieces, and good players, but in a disjointed team. And to be fair, he's still trying to get rid of some bubble with calling players. And I think, sorry,
January were 5th. Weren't we? And then we were on this mediocre, rubbish run. And unfortunately, the manager takes responsibility for the results. The players have accountability, but the responsibility is solely on the manager. And that's my view. And I'm sorry, but we don't play. We've only played decent football against Braintree, who are, let's say, a National League South team who've just come up, and it was the first game of the season. We haven't Filed at home. We went down with a sloppy set piece goal. We came back and the keeper denied, found up with a good save, but we still didn't create enough at home. We're playing one up front again. He changed it against Southend, called him out on it, and then what does he do? Away from home, you can sort of understand it being away from home. But Halifax have only conceded 5 goals as well. We should have gone for them last night because they were a poor team. And I think bringing on Otis Khan as a second striker when you had Norwood and Reid on the bench, it just raised so many questions for me. Now, if anyone disagrees with me and everyone thought that Otis Khan should have been that second striker and it was a good move, I'd be really, really, really interested to get you on the show and talk about it because I don't think.
Well, he got himself sent off too quickly
as well, didn't he? Regardless of that, he shouldn't have been on as a second striker. I thought Dolan did okay. I thought he did okay. He had one good chance, But I'd be putting him in the middle because I think he's got a bit more about him just behind the strikers. Me.
Going back to Braintree, Dave. I mean, we were knocking Hudson before. To be fair, just before half time, they had the penalty to get it back to 2-1. If Hudson wouldn't have pulled off that top save, who knows what? We could have capitulated on day one, couldn't we, at home to Braintree? We could have well gone in 2-1 up, come out the second half, they had the tails up, and it was a different game. So we got away with that one. But without blaming Mellons completely for the capitulation since February, I think it's actually your two's fault because you actually announced a celebration barbecue party at the end of the season and pissed up a trophy job. And since that, we went downhill. So I think Mickey should be upholding to give you some shit, you two, for arranging that.
It was Matt's idea, the trophy chest.
Under the bus.
I did ask the question: will we be opening the trophy chest? And the answer was no. So
to clean it, to clean the space.
I just go on.
What do you think? You ask us what do you think we need? We need another striker, or I mean, let's try and say let's keep Mellons, let's keep the team in place, yeah. Let's back what we've got, but what do we need to move forward from here, apart from 3 points at Woking? A miracle, my wife says. What do we need to move forward from here?
I think he's got to fix the midfield situation because the whole team pivots around the midfield, and that's why we got exposed last night where they were running through us. He's got to sort this two holding midfield. It might be better playing four at the back and having one holding midfielder. And then making some changes ahead of that, because if he's playing three at the back, he's always going to want to have the two holding lads, and it's not Lundstram and Conlon. That is not a pairing that works. He's got to sort it out. He sees the same things that we see. He knows what's working, or you would assume he knows what's working and what isn't working. I think what we've got to lean in terms of the forwards, Norwood's not fully fit. Yeah, he's not fully up to speed. Garner's yet to come back. People will be saying, well, they're not the answer, but you have to give them chance to prove. Reid, I've seen it in the comments, he's not going to get a game. He was stood last night outside of the dugout on his own on the Ordins, and he really did look like an individual that had been sort of cut off from the rest of the team. Although he was all smiles in the warm-up, but during the game he was just stood there on his own. He's got to sort out this midfield, and the lads. I was watching them warming up, because I was actually quite early for a change yesterday, and I was watching them in the shooting practice, and they were fucking awful. None of them could hit the target. The only player that I saw at the target was Dan Gardner, and that was during the warm up. And they were all hitting them over the bar into the crowd. The keeper was saving them. They were hopeless, and that's on them. If they can't hit the target with the football, that's on them. There's not much Mellon can do about that. You could argue that, well, he needs to sign players that can hit the target. Like Norwood was missing the target. They were missing the target.
Warm-up, though, and it's a warm-up.
I know, but the warm-up is you've got no pressure. You should be professional football. You should be able to hit the target, over and over again. So, like, this, whatever it is, it might well be confidence. It might, whatever, we don't know. Manager training. What I don't want us all to do is to give up on the manager and the players after 8 games when it's a long season. We could really do with a manager starting the season and ending the season.
Yeah,
we really could. And if he doesn't get it right this season, and it's an abject failure, then maybe there has to be something looked at, and maybe.
But the apathy's setting in now. That's just it is, isn't it? The crowds are dwindling. It's too high. The prices. Who's going to go and watch that style of football? Like, do you imagine going last night without actually? I'll go. And that first half, watching that first half, you got to pay £25 the following week at home.
Can I ask you a question? Would you rather watch us win 4-1 one week and then lose 2 games and still get 3 points with all this boring, shitty draws? Because it's boring, shitty draws. It's killing the fans. It's killing the whole ethos, the whole feel-good factor. We're better off winning some and losing some than drawing all the time, I think, personally.
I have to agree. I think I'd rather go for it. And if you lose 2-1 going for it, go, in the last minute. Fair do.
People always say that. But then we go back to the Harry Kewell season, don't we?
Yeah,
where we scored tons of goals, finished 19th.
But you go to the Welling season, don't you? Where we were mid-table and we just drew about 11 games and went down.
I know, yeah. So I know, yeah. But no one's gonna. If we finish 19th and we've been involved in some high-scoring games, no one's going to be happy with that, are they? So you do need to be hard to beat first and foremost, and we are hard to beat, but we're not converting the draws into wins. Like I said, a couple of extra goals had gone in, we'd be much higher up the table. I think if this continues for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, then there's obviously an issue, a serious issue. I think after 8 games, you have to try and remain glass half full.
Yeah. But the thing is, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Do you know what I mean?
What he is doing,
we've drew 1-1 in the last 3 or 4 games, and it's the same thing. We score, we concede. We score, we concede. You know, we go behind, we battle, and then we nearly get there, but we don't finish the game off. So it's the same. It's not as if it's like, oh, we're really unlucky and it deflected in and it was a great goal. Fouled was probably the difference when it, where they scored off a great goal from a set piece. But then Southend, rinse and repeat. Altrincham, rinse and repeat. You know, it's the same.
I think what's slightly different,
just going round and round and round all the time.
Slightly different to last season, though, is that he is actually able to bring on different types of players and change it up a bit. And there is a different system. We've been a bit unlucky with injuries. With Kay, he's not been out now. Charsley, Hammond's on international duty, so there are a few issues there. Khan has come on and done something stupid, got himself sent off. But the thing is that there is something a bit different than what was last season. We are able to bring players on and make changes in the game, and he has changed formation and he has had a go, and it's not quite worked out. I think that, look, we all think that we've got the answers, but we have to put faith in the fact that Mickey Mellon has been in football a long time and knows what he's doing. We have to.
He's our manager, and we have to support him.
We have to get behind him.
But fans have the right to call it out if it's the same again.
It's all about opinions. People can come on and say their opinion. I just think like at half time yesterday, there was some boos coming out, and Matt Hudson was like, "Come on," and try to cheer him up, like, "Come on." There's no need for that kind of thing. And after 8 games and starting to boo,
I don't condone the booing.
I can understand people saying their frustrations and things like that, but the point, we need to try and get through this season together and get behind the team as best we can, like we did when. And we say it over and over. It's a shared responsibility. The players have got to get the fans up for it as much as the fans have got to try and get the players up for it. And there was when we scored that goal straight away in front of our fans last night. It was really good. But then we go and concede a stupid goal, and then we have one disallowed for offside. So it's the old fine margins thing again, isn't it? I've got to take 10 minutes.
We look good. We look good for 10 minutes. We did look. We're fizzing it about. We look confident. The fans, you could hear our fans. You couldn't hear their fans at all last night over the TV. It was brilliant. It was really good to watch. And then they just, like you said, we let them grow into the game. We just let them grow into the game. And then the more they grow, the more we go backwards. And then next thing you know, you got Fondop back there, and we've got players then doing stupid fouls, and we get red cards and they get yellow. I saw some tackles last night that we get reds for and they got yellows for. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, over the base of the season, but it was just.
What's your prediction? What's your prediction for Saturday, Chris?
1-1.
Well, I think it's going to be hard at Woking because I think they're an up and down club, aren't they? And
they're 8th at the moment. They're 8th at the moment.
We won there last year.
Yeah, great. Listen, I think we're going to win. We're going to win 2-1. We're not going to thrash anybody. But I want Mellons to get. If he's listening to this, Mickey, we love you and all that. But get yourself into gear, lad, and push this team forward and put 2 up front or 3 or something and do something right. And let's rip somebody a new one. Let's do a 5-1 job. Let's do a Dorking again. Because stop laughing. We need to get on with it and put somebody.
Nice.
That's the dog laughing and the wife as well. So we're all doing here out.
I like your top, Chris.
Get dressed in the dark.
I got off a look. Hey, what do you want to see the pants? Look at the pants.
Oh my God.
Nice.
See ya.
Wow. I thought it was gonna. Anyway, Ben Bittner all over again.
I know that's why David Hunt's just not getting into the.
Show us on camera, David Hunt's just in.
Listen, Michael has been combing his hair ready for his appearance tonight. So let's bring him on.
All right.
Look at his lovely combed hair. See you combing your hair
like
before. That's why we went. We waited until you were ready. You know what I mean? You didn't want you to come on too soon.
I tried moving so you didn't see me do it, but
no, we did see you.
We
won't tell everyone else what we saw.
Yeah.
What else we saw? But,
come on, Michael, give us your thoughts.
No, I think you've already said it all. To be fair, I don't really agree with. I'd rather lose than draw. I'd rather play how we're playing and draw than lose every week and go near to the bottom. But at the same argument, we could be drawing how we are for the rest of the season. Where we could push for wins, but I wouldn't like to push for a win and lose every week, and then it just goes downhill. But then again, there's two arguments.
It's a really tough one. I'm not saying it's not an easy situation that we're in.
Robert said I'm always strangely attacking Kewell. I mean, if you have to get your heartbeat checked if you would have Harry Kewell back. I mean, the guy went on to do nothing everywhere he went, but you have to be hard to beat first and foremost. And goals, teams that give soft goals away always get punished, and we're doing that in a minute. I don't think you can be going gung ho all the time. But I think if when Mellon said it was a good solid away performance, you could possibly say that you were happy with a 1-1 draw away from home if we'd beat Southend on Saturday. You'll take that. You win at home, you get a point away. You're on course, aren't you? But it's when you're not winning your own games, and we've won one
because you're playing one up front. Yeah.
So that's the problem. I think that's where the frustration of the fans lie. We'll take a point away from home, but the good teams that go on and do well, they go away and they win as well, don't they? Yeah. You know what I mean? So we've got to win games. That's the bottom line. The draws are very, very frustrating. But I'm with you. I'd rather draw than get beat.
Well, if anyone would. But you just don't want to lose, do you? But
you want to win games.
You want to win. That's the point. We're not winning any games.
We're not fighting to win. That's the problem with us. I'd rather draw well.
As soon as Halifax scored, all the Reds went down, and they thought there was no one going, come on, Gene him up. And Conlon weren't Gene him up. Expected as a captain. Raglan was fuming about the goal. I think Raglan's been outstanding this season, and I think the defence has been outstanding. Manny Monte, I thought Ogle played well instead of Hobson. I thought Caprice was our only way of attacking the second half. He was starting everything, and he played really well. Kitchen sort of
middle of the park again, then, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the middle. It totally is.
If we can see it, why can't Mellon must see it? Mellon used to be a central midfielder as well, didn't he?
I think it's different.
No, but he still did it. He still, you look at Shez when he signed Wellens. He had a good midfield basis, didn't he? Like Gardner to some degree. Gardner's playing on one leg, isn't he? Let's face it, he's knackered. But I thought he was the best midfielder last night. But it's
rubbish. It's rubbish it's rubbish knowing that Gardner's our best midfielder. That's how shocking it's becoming. It's shocking.
I think there's a player in Dolan. I think there's a player in Dolan, but I don't. Is he that sort? I think he's more of a wide sort of player. But I'd like to see Kerr back and Hammond. Play Hammond next game for Christ's sake.
He's not been available, has he?
Yeah, he's not been available for under 21s, but we're crying out for him, aren't we? With that energy.
Does anyone know the situation with Reed and why Reed's not playing, or is he just not playing him?
Just doesn't want to play him, does he? Simple as that.
He's just missing that
does
spark.
Not like him.
I would have played him last night. But running behind that defence, he would have caused all sorts of problems in last night.
Yeah.
Free Reed.
I just need to tell Rob that I will not respect his opinion about Harry Kewell.
Your option.
My option. Respect your option. No.
I like Kewell, but hey.
Yeah. Well,
but your favourite manager is Salim Benachour.
No. Oh yeah, he was. No, yes.
And it's shocking.
No, David Unsworth, remember? My tongue was so far up his gilet.
No, so what's your prediction for Woking then? What do you want to see, Michael? Name your team for Woking. Who would you play?
Norman Stobbs.
No. Hudson. Hudson, Hobson, Lundstrom, Kitchen.
Raglan.
Dolan. Yeah, Raglan, Dolan.
Monte. Ogle. Would you play Ogle over Hobson?
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah.
I thought he was good. I thought he was really good. Me last night, Ogle. I thought.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, he's thingy, but I think he just offers more going forward, if you know what I mean. But same again, and I'd play Fondop and Reed me up front. Fondop and Reed up front. Honestly, them two up front. I'm telling you, they would not be able to cope with them at all. But
They're two completely different players. The only time I saw that they had a bit of an impact, and then Fondop got bloody sent off, was against Solihull under Hunter. But they looked a proper handful.
Yes.
A proper handful.
We haven't seen it, have we? He hasn't tried it at all, has he?
No. But Alex Reed's probably the fittest striker we've got. You know, he is like ripped and everything, and he looks amazing. But he's I bet if he had a run of games, he would get goals. You know, and it's only a matter of time because he's not going anywhere, is he? He's obviously been offered out to clubs. He's going nowhere.
He doesn't want to go anywhere. That's the point.
No, and he shouldn't have to. He's fighting for his place. He's been professional. He's not done any silly social media campaigns. He came on against Braintree. He had about a bit part against Aldershot when we were 3-1 down, which is, I think, disrespectful personally. But give him a run. Start him. You know what I mean? Start him, for God's sake. Norwood's not fit. Fondop's knackered. But if you have Fondop knocking it down to him, I bet you we'll...
Fondop needs to. I mean, it seems to be that a tactic is to get it long, to unfit up. That is one of the tactics. And then Fondop's got there's not enough players in and around him to get the ball. I mean, there's no point doing it if he's up there on his own. There's no point hitting a long ball. The only time a long ball has really worked this season was Gardner to Jez, and that wasn't a long ball. That was a pinpoint pass.
And it was a lucky thingy as well. It missed it literally skimmed the defender's head and went straight.
It did, but it was a great ball. But like you've just sort of playing it long is not good. We don't have the runners with the ball. I want to see players running with the ball through midfield and turning defenders and getting them on the back foot. It happened to us last night when Halifax did get forward. That's what they did. They brought with it, and then they passed it around our box quite decisively. But I don't know.
We let them into the game last night. There was nothing. As soon as I think we scored straight after half time. We played well for 5 minutes after it, and then we just like stepped back, and then they got a corner and scored straight off it. And then he got sent off, that new lad, and then we pushed forward for like the last 5-10 minutes. But if we play like that, for 90 minutes, no one's gonna. We'd win every game that season. But it just shows when we get a goal against us, just can't.
Can I just go back to that point that Chris Brogan made? If Reed is so great, why have we not managed to offload him? I'm not saying he's great. I'm saying he's something different, and we need to do something different. But for his goals per game record, he scores 1 in 3 for Latics, and before that, he was scoring 7 in 17. He scores goals. Fondop scores goals. Norwood scores goals, but Norwood isn't scoring in open play, and he hasn't scored in open play
since Altrincham.
No.
Yes, but before that, it was December. Give Alex Reed a run out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But where are we in the league? We're 11th. Where did I say we're going to finish? 11th. I'm only joking. I'm being a bit, contrary. But give Alex Reed a shot. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? What's the
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We tried to.
But we've got to give it a go. You've got to give it a go, and we're not winning any flipping games, are we? You know what I mean? We're not even having any shots. The strikers are not having any shots either, are they? Really? It's just at least Reed will have a pop. We had an Norwood header. Dolan missed, didn't he? He went put it wide. Fondop had an header. There's no shots on target, is there?
There's not many. But I don't know.
You can't win a game without scoring. This is what everyone says. We can't win games without scoring goals, which clearly shows that we need more strikers. But at the end of the day, we can't try stuff if the manager don't want to try stuff. But it's what it is.
Is it stubbornness? He knows better because obviously, 5 draws. It's
stupid.
The results speak for themselves, don't they?
I don't like blaming it all on Mellon, but he's got to take most of the responsibility.
Yeah, well,
The manager has responsibility. The players have accountability. That's the
Yes.
difference.
we're only 8 games in.
Yes,
and
we
we've
are.
only lost 1.
And we've drew 5.
Right. So we have drawn 5 and we need to win games. I think pressing the panic button at this stage.
I would press the panic button right now.
What if you press the panic button? What happens? What would
What would you do, Michael?
What happens if you press
do?
the panic button? What's the response?
Changes. I'd rather play well now up till Christmas than play rubbish up till Christmas and then play well until the end of the season.
Well, what happens when you press the panic button?
Yeah, Michael, what would you do? If you're pressing the panic button, what would you do? Would you sack him and get a new manager in? Is that what you do?
No,
right, what would you do then?
So what happens then?
I'd try different plans, which he's not doing. That's what I do.
Not a panic. That's not a panic button. I think that's just
No.
changing it up, and that's
Yes.
and I think that's fair. When you said panic button, I thought you meant to get rid of him and get a new manager in.
No.
That's
I won't
right.
do that. That's stupid.
Yeah, and I have to agree. I think it's way too early to call that, but you know, I put a tweet out on Twitter on X last night saying that it reminded me of the Ronnie Moore days. You know what I mean? But with 1 up front, which is a scary thought. So don't have nightmares, anyone, with that one. But I came away from that game last night being very frustrated. There needs to be a different formation. There needs to be a bit more of a plan A, plan B, even a plan C. You know what I mean?
I can see why you blocked him now.
not you, Michael, but
James keep over.
I just think he needs to change it up. And you know what? If you change it up and it goes completely wrong and we get beat, then fair enough. I'll shut my mouth. But you know,
this guy chirping in from top of the table. 1 up top works, lads.
Yeah, but they can beat the press because they play football and they've got decent midfielders. And if you watch, I watched a coaching video the other day. Gateshead beat the press, and they're absolutely outstanding because they've got a plan. They've got a plan A, they've got a plan B. So when they're getting pressed, they have a plan A. When they don't get pressed, they work it round and get the ball into the box. And they have an actual midfielder who's tough tackling in Regan Booty.
But to be fair, I thought we pretty much nullified Gateshead after the opening period of the game. The first half an hour they were on top, but we figured them out, and we were the better team. I thought
we absolutely annihilated them.
But we didn't win.
But we didn't because we drew.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, we were unlucky. I thought we were unlucky. That's the thing. I think it is at this stage in the season. I think had we got the goals in those games and picked up an extra 4 points, say just won 2 of those games, so we'd won 4 and drawn 3, and then we'd be happy.
I don't know, Tom. If I knew that, Tom, I'd be sat in the manager's seat.
But there's a philosophy at Gateshead, and
of playing football.
Well, yeah, but obviously through the coaching, because they brought in a new manager last season.
Yeah,
and
Rob
they
Elliott.
carried on playing the same style of football. And the players that they're bringing through, the philosophy, it's they've got a style and an identity. Now, that's not something that will have happened overnight. And I think that's the same what we've got to try and think with Latics. It doesn't just happen overnight. And we are in this transitional period, and it's hard for us to remember that. And I don't know how quickly should we expect Mickey Mellon's team to play really,
one thing
really
that's
well.
been bugging me, right, is that when I say, Mickey, great game today, unlucky in the second half. He goes, yeah, they got told at half time. Why aren't they getting told before the game? You know what I mean? You always have to tell about half time to get a reaction. You should be reacting like that. But yeah, no, but it's like, why? You know what I mean? It's all well and good saying I told them at half time to play bloody well, and you know what I mean. We got behind, and it's great, but we're chasing the game. Then you should be telling them at the start of the game to get read up and get going.
It must be. There must be. I mean,
I know, but this
obviously
it doesn't look like it does.
It doesn't. Yeah.
But so Mickey Mouse's job is to make sure that the players are ready for the game, and the players' job is to make sure that they're ready for the game.
Mm-hmm.
When the whistle goes, Captain Hindsight. When the whistle goes, it's on the players to deliver in that first 45 minutes. And we don't know unless you're in the change room listening to it, then you don't know how Mellon goes about setting them up. But there seems to be a belief in the team. They don't give up. They are working to try and win games, I think, as best they can. And they want to win. It means a lot to them. It's, I think we've just got to keep trying to back them as best we can, like we are doing, and hope that this is a bad run. And let's hope that this is the worst run we go on. If this is the worst spell we have all season, then I'll take that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We might click and we might go on a really good run. No, we might not, but I'm not going to sit here waiting for the waiting for the doom and gloom. I'm going to hope that it's going to click in the right direction.
So just to pass some comments, Michael, just before you go, mate, because we've got Ibby and then Graham, so don't go anywhere, guys. So to agree with these comments from Mickey Mellon last night. A good solid away performance, yes or no?
No.
There's more to be pleased about.
No.
Looks a really strong side.
No.
We showed effort, fight, and endeavour.
10 minutes till the end, yes.
Okay. Are you happy? Are you happy with that performance?
No.
Don't lose sight of what does that say?
The things we're on the right track.
We're on the right track. Are we on the right track?
Yes and no. Both. Nah, a bit of it thing, I don't know.
Very difficult to beat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And we've come out of this run well.
Only him and the players can answer that question.
Right. Well, thanks, Michael.
No
Young
worries.
Michael Mellon there. Cheers, Michael. Thanks again, mate. And let's hope for a win on Saturday, yeah?
Nice hair, mate. You
Yeah.
did a good job with that
Beautiful
comb.
little mushroom
See you in a
hair
bit, mate.
there. Take care.
Let's just not that one. This one. Just this before we bring Gibby in. If you remember when he was a fan guest, recruitment's key at this level. I think it's key at every level, but yeah, the scouting needs to be more than just about the player on the pitch. It's very early days, though. I mean, that's the thing. Is it doesn't feel like early days to Latics fans because we've been supporting them for years and we've been through this, but it's early days in terms of where we're at as a club and where we were at last season, the season before, etc., etc. It's maybe for other people, looking in, see that and think, yeah, like with Stockport, like what they were telling us when we were talking to Russ and Nick and stuff early on.
Yeah, but Stockport, like when they went up, they drew 4 games, lost 10 and won 30. You know what I mean? They didn't want to. Jim Gannon, and Challoner resolutely didn't want to draw games. He'd rather go for it and lose or go for it and win. They drew 4 games when they went up that season. Do you know what I mean? So you draw too many games, you're going nowhere fast.
Right, let's bring Ibby in. Hello, Ibby.
Evening, guys. You all right, Dave, Matt?
Yeah, you?
Good evening.
I'm all right, guys. Just disappointed with what's happening at the moment. It's a bit early to call for Mellon's head, but if he doesn't start winning games, I think the alarm bells will start ringing because it's already ringing. And what you guys have said in the show, I fully agree. And them are the points what you've raised up, Dave, that I fully agree.
Yeah.
But it needs to change, guys.
Oh, big time! We need wins rapid. You know what I mean? And we need to take control of the game and finish the game. We need to go 1-0 up and then finish it off because we've got the players to do it. We just need the belief and the confidence to do so. And I think, as people keep saying, we're going to go on a run, but I think once it clicks, it will start. But obviously, we're doing the same thing every week and nothing's changing. Would you give Reed a run out, Ibby?
Absolutely, 150% because he's still a Latics player. We pay his wages, but Mellon needs to sort himself out. If he's listening, I request that you start playing him or you can say goodbye to your job because it will happen. Because I believe that this squad is good enough to go up. And I'm worried, Dave, on this, that if we don't go up this season, is Frank going to fund this club any more longer? That's the main question that I'm thinking about.
I'm not worried about the Rothwells, but I can clearly see that there will be a frustration potentially there within the ownership. 4 seasons is a long time to keep funding it. Darren Royal came out on BBC GMR and said, look, we're going for promotion. And that was a definite, sign from me to see that the board's ambition is to go up this season. So if we keep drawing games and we're mid-table, there's going to be certain questions asked, and no doubt from the board to the management team.
I think that it's not a question of like whether the Rothwell family are in it for the long haul. I think they are. It's about how much money goes into it.
Mm.
Over without the money that you get from being in the EFL. And obviously off the pitch, they're trying to bring in more commercial revenues and sponsorship. And then obviously there's the price of tickets and the fans and having to foot to try and contribute. But it's not an easy thing to run a football club, but to run it well and to invest in it. Obviously they might want to look at other investors potentially.
What, the sexy day Christmas calendar?
Watch the space.
Ooh.
There's lots and lots of things that go into it. The sooner we get promoted, the better. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But the fact is, there's no guarantees. There's absolutely no guarantees, unfortunately.
I heard that as well in the pod, that the budget's bigger this year. That was quite a surprise for you.
I mean, when you look at the players that they've brought in, have they brought in less players on better wages because they think they're better players?
Well, Monte, yeah. Kerr, yeah, he won't have been cheap. Jez, I think he was a bit of a coup because I think Rochdale wanted to sign him, didn't they? To keep hold of him, didn't they? Who else would we be bringing? Ogle, he wouldn't have been. I don't think he would have been cheap, but I think he was out of contract. But I think he would have had a few clubs sniffing about him. Caprice, Elite Football League player. So they've signed quality players, and from what I've seen, they're not bad players. They just don't know how to finish a game. And that's the problem. I think it's more of the drills and the management and the tactics is the issue. The players we've got are good. The defence is solid. All right, yesterday, Hudson, it was a bad error. But again, he's got so much credit in his bank. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Raglan is a quality player.
Yeah.
And he's been outstanding this season.
Hobson,
Ogle, you know what I mean? Hobson was on the bench. Sean Hobson on the bench. That's alert. He's a cracking player. He was far and away standout last season. I think he's done all right this season, but he wants to change it up a bit. I think
Hobson's problem is he's not great with the ball.
He don't go forward enough, I don't think.
No. So I think
Charles, cracking player.
Yeah, so we've not clicked, have we? For whatever reason. Manager's job is to get them to click, first and foremost. That is, I mean, Jenny's making a point here about Garden and Fondop. I mean, could that money have been better spent?
Yeah.
Is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Again, I think they both work really hard. I've got no problems with them. I like them both.
Would you assign someone else rather than them?
I think Fondop. I don't know. I think with the injuries we've had this season, I think he's done a good job leading the line. But I don't think we play to his strengths. With the rest of the team, don't play to his strengths.
Gardner was our best midfielder last night on one leg. As I say, he looks one of the most creative midfielders we've got. But again, I'd like to see the Kerr Gardner sort of partnership.
Yeah, we've not seen that yet, have we? We've not seen. Kerr's not really had a chance to have an impact. There's better to come from his team.
Yeah. No doubt.
I think that's what we just have to cling on to. And I'd rather us be playing more football through the lines, through the middle of the park, than umphing it to a Fondop and playing these big diagonals.
Yeah, but people shouting.
I don't mind mixing it up a bit. Yeah. I think it's good to mix it up a bit, keep teams on their toes.
Hit the channels, but again, he couldn't hit the channels last night because Jez weren't on. Do you know what I mean? Because he was out of puff, weren't he? You know what I mean?
So, but we've got to put faith in the fact that Mickey Mellon has been doing this for a long time. He's played football, and he's managed, and he's got promotions on his CV. We've got a hope that that he knows what he's needed.
Well, sorry, Graham, but I don't know what game you were watching, mate. So. Yeah, never mind. Call in and disagree. Let's have it out. Call in because he was out. I thought Gardner was all right last night.
I thought last night game wasn't brilliant, but Otis Khan sending off was ridiculous, guys. Honestly, not needed. He let his teammates down, and now I'm wondering how is he going to get back into that squad that easily? Because I think there will be some type of punishment for him because that's a silly sending off.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Due to a technical
Technical error.
Oh no, there's 126 people watching. Yeah, sorry about that.
50p in a meter.
Yeah.
We can't because we haven't got any money. So
Yeah, go on, buy us.
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage?
Ooh,
What's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
a macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave
Macchiato.
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Ooh. Thank you, listeners.
Sorry,
Hello.
we're muted. Hello.
Sorry about that.
None of your contributors talk about motivation. Good managers spend time with their players individually, talking to them and
Motivating them.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, and we do we know if Mellon does that or not? We don't
No.
know, I guess, do we?
It's all conjecture.
Sometimes it's a metaphorical kick in the pants. Sometimes it's an hammer on the shoulder, and sometimes
Depending on the mindset.
it's a little bit more.
Uh,
Right. Well, apparently they amused themselves while we had our technical issue, so
Yeah.
that's good. Right. Okay. So, very quickly, we've got one last caller.
Graham.
Hello.
You right?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I just have a couple of points.
Okay, mate.
Far away.
Well, if we're not going to get rid of Alex Reid, I don't know if you followed Scotland in the 90s when we had Craig Brown as manager.
Who?
But Craig Brown is Scotland manager.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but his captain was Colin Hendry, right? But he didn't like Colin Hendry. He didn't take Colin Hendry on, but he was the first choice on his team sheet every week, even though they didn't go on. So I don't
Yeah.
understand. Mellon, being Scottish as well, should understand that. I mean, and he should say, like, I don't like you as a person, Reid, maybe, and you don't like me as a person, but we can help each other. If
He
you
does the job, scores goals. He's got to play him, but he's not
That's what
giving
I'm
him the
saying, if you want
chance.
to wait.
You've got to give him the chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you want to leave, Alex, here's the thing: you score goals for me when January or the summer comes, and you've scored all that X amount of goals. We can reevaluate if you stay or you look a present for another club because you've scored.
Well, no club's going to go at him if he don't play or have a bit part. He's not even getting 10 minutes
Yeah.
there, 5 minutes there. He was crying out for him last night. Do you know what I mean? He shouldn't have risked Norwood. I don't think it was the right game for Norwood to come on. He wasn't going to change the game. He took all the height off. You know what I mean? When Fondop went off, there was no height against the 6'2", 6'3" defenders. It's not going to happen, is it? So I would have brought Reid on just to have a bit more of a
I'm
different
getting an issue with
dynamic.
Norwood right now as well. I don't think he's fit. I think he's a bit overweight. No disrespect to him.
He didn't have a pre-season, did he? He
That's
didn't
what
have
I'm
a
saying. He's
pre-season
not
because
had
he was
anything.
injured. So
He's not had anything, so he looks a bit, maybe a stone overweight. I'm not saying that he's. I just mean he doesn't look like he's physically fit.
he does need game time because he needs to get up to match fitness and up to speed and sharpness. But again, Alex Reid needs minutes on the pitch as well if he's going to do anything. So I think for the last 5 games we've drawn 4, we've lost 1. The players that have come on the pitch haven't won us the game, so I think Alex Reid does have a right to feel a little bit aggrieved at not getting a chance. And I think last night was the perfect opportunity. Like Chris said earlier, he went off injured. He hobbled off the pitch in the last game, and yeah, I think like you said, Dave, Reid was something a bit different last night.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and I'm
pace.
right. I'm usually right about everything. We're going to stay in the football
You
league.
are.
We're going to go up for
No, you are
season. Sheridan's going to
football-wise.
take it. Yeah,
You're always
absolutely.
on the money.
Just quickly though, sorry, just to cut in on you, Graham. Bradley Knowles, there is only coach going to walk in on Saturday from 7:15 a.m. from the lower house. £38 if you want to join the other Paulie fans. Alongside Frank and
But
Lady Judith Rothwell. Don't cut across me. Please. So if you want to get in touch, it's at Bradley Knowles 1 on X or
Yeah.
Twitter. So yeah. Give him a shout, get involved.
So Frank and Judith are on the booze bus.
Yeah, and Frank's going to buy every member of the booze bus 5 pints each, it says here. Or Bradley Knowles will cover it along with Bin Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Graham, carry on, mate. So what's
No, I
your
was
point
just
you want to
wondering
make?
where Woking was.
Down near London somewhere, down south somewhere. Don't know exactly.
It's just south, below
Still
Still
Birmingham.
plotting all the grounds. I'm still plotting all
Yeah.
the grounds. Right now, Hartlepool and Gateshead are closer for me, and then Boundary Park, obviously, and Rochdale.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go down to a Sutton or go down to a Woking just to see us play against somebody like them.
Yeah, well, they're 8th. I think it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully, we can get a result. I would take a 1-1 bloody draw.
Yeah.
But you know, I just thought we'd just go at them, gun go,
What
go
everybody
for
doesn't
it.
get, what everybody doesn't get right is we're not actually that far away. We're only 2 wins away from the top. We're only 6 points behind the top.
Yeah,
but
and
if the other teams around you keep winning and we
but
keep drawing, we're going
that's
to get
why
further and further away.
That's why we just, if a little bit of luck had gone our way with some of these chances, we'd be way further up the table. I think everyone would be a lot happier.
Cool.
It's just like that in a minute.
It's a tipping point.
Hard to beat, but we can't win. So it's it's one way or the other.
Line.
Then yeah. So
And my friend Gary asked me to ask a question as well.
Go on.
Because he's a Latics fan, will me and him come down when we get a chance, right? He wants to know, right, see if we're not going to play Alex Reid and take the piss and just leave him lying where he is, right? Why don't we call Nuttall and Willoughby back? Because even though they might not be up to it, we could use strength in numbers.
I think most Latics fans would rather have me up front than Joe Nuttall, to be quite honest with you, Graham. And I'm 40.
I'm not saying Nuttall's a good player, but what I mean is he might be set for one of the games where he's the type of player that could change the game and maybe come on for the last 20 minutes. I'm not saying that he's out and out. But
I just think he hasn't got the right. I don't think he's got the right attitude. I think Willoughby's got the right attitude, but I don't. It's skill or will. I think Nuttall hasn't got the will or the skill. I think Willoughby doesn't have the skill, but he has the will, and he does work hard. But Thompson got a sort of a tune out of him a little bit, but I just don't think he's at that level. Kurt Willoughby. Unfortunately, it's just one of them. He took a chance, it didn't work out, and best of luck to him. But Joe Nuttall doesn't have the right attitude at all.
No, I know he doesn't have the right attitude, but I mean, we could use somebody like for the 20 minutes if he's that kind of player. I just mean we got.
Well, that should be fun. That should be fun. That should be fun up, really, Graham. I think he's that impact sub. But we'd probably be starting with Norwood and. I don't know, Garner. It's not going to be Norwood and Garner. It looks like it's only one striker. That's the way he's playing. The two players. Yeah. And I don't mind it if he's playing Dolan and, say, Kay, for example, or Charsley or whatever, in as those two number 10s. They've got to start. What annoyed me last night is, against Halifax, is the front three playing so wide away from each other. And then they've got to be playing as a triangle. They've got to be up closer, playing the ball to each other and creating moves, and that's the problem. Fondop has one up front on his own, isolated. If it's three up top, there has to be they have to be narrower, and the wide players have to get into those channels, and that's how they have to play. I'm sure that's how Mellon would want them to play, but they're not doing.
Well, Mickey answered to me in that interview at Southend. He said, "If anyone knows what I should do to get a result, well, I'm going to tell you now. Play two up front, play Reid, play Fondop, and we will get the result on Saturday." And that's captain foresight rather than hindsight.
I've only got this. I agree with everything you said there, but Fondop, I like Fondop. He's one of my favourite players at Latics, right? But I don't know if he could go 90 minutes, and I don't think he could start. I think we want to use him, like Matt said earlier on, as maybe an impact sub, maybe in the 60-minute mark.
I don't think we've got anyone else fit though, mate. I think Norwood's not fit. Garner's not there. I would start Fondop. I put Norwood on the bench and bring him on, for either Reid or Fondop. But you got to play two up front away. He's gone to Southport, mate.
Well, I didn't know he'd left.
Yeah, he left, but we released him last season.
I never noticed that. I really don't. I didn't pay attention to every signing we do, but I missed that one.
Hey, Finley, what's wrong?
Well,
he's a great player.
Well,
hit and miss for me, but yeah.
But they all seem to be hit and miss, don't they? That's the problem, innit? So, anyway.
What's score on Saturday, Graham, quickly?
I'm going to say 2-1 to us.
Oldham. Thank God. Thank God. I hope you're right, mate.
2-1. Because, like, Dumbarton this year as well, we've had 5 draws as well. 5 draws in a row against the big teams in division. And then Oldham are drawn as well.
It's your fault then, Graham.
It's just not very... But like I say, Fondub, like he's a good player coming off the bench. But like I say, I would love to see Hammond playing the number 10 role.
Yeah, well, he might be back. He's will be back at the weekend, won't he? So hopefully,
He's got a bit of pace.
Yeah, I like him. So I thought him and Charsley looked good early on. So
we should see.
We'll see. Right, we need to get off and go home.
Cheers,
so,
Graham.
Thanks for getting in touch, Graham. Take care, mate.
Care.
See you later.
Bye. Right, so the Latics football phone. Sorry about the technical problems that we had before. They were technical and we couldn't do anything about them.
They were technical, there were problems, but we
muddled through, didn't we, Dave?
We did indeed.
I want you all to be going home, going to bed, singing this.
Tottenham merch, sexy merch. It's Tottenham merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Visit weareoldham.co.uk/shop now to see our brand new range of hot, sexy merch.
Tottenham merch, sexy merch. It's Tottenham merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
The Latics Football Phone-In is a QPod production for We Are Oldham, dedicated fan media. If you'd like to know more about QPod, visit kupod.co.uk.